Yo, what's up, guys? Schizomanic here. Ash is going to school. Okay. Um, let's talk about it. So, in the recent scans for new Pokemon Sun and Moon information, we got some stuff about the games, but we also got a teaser for the new Pokemon Sun and Moon anime, which comes out in the month that Sun and Moon comes out in. I think it's worldwide, or at least in this general. Yeah, worldwide. I think it all comes out in November. This thing comes out November 1st, meaning that that means that X and Y at best is gonna have about another. It depends if X and Y ends and Sun and Moon literally starts the week after. But just based on it starting in November 1st, if I were to take a look at the calendar, when is November 1st? November 1st is a Tuesday, which is different because most Pokemon X and Y animes, most Pokemon episodes have started on Thursdays, not Tuesdays. But if I go by that logic, we got like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got about 6, maybe 6 to 8 more episodes left of the X and Y series. Which is interesting. That just tells me X and Y is ending in the next month or two. Within the next 2 months, it's ending. But the interesting thing is how they're handling Sun and Moon's anime, because we got our first teaser image of it. And the biggest point of contention, ironically, is not only Ash's design, but also the fact of the premise of Sun and Moon. The premise, not granted, because of the games, and because we know the games doesn't have gyms in it, we're already kind of curious of, well, how they're going to handle the anime. The anime is always based around the general idea of the games, which is gyms, gym leaders, maybe we'll meet the champion, league match, Ash losing in top 8, top 4, or top 2 or some shit. But Sun and Moon, we knew that they were going to have the Guardian trials, but they were still going to have something that would be akin to a gym leader. But Sun and Moon's anime has said that Ash is going to school. I find this interesting for a few reasons, because now I'm curious about how they're going to end X and Y. How do you end X and Y for it to make sense? To have him go into Sun and Moon, there's only 2 ways I can see Ash going to school, unless the anime is just not going to explain it at all. He's either going to start reevaluating himself at the end of X and Y and going, yeah, I need to go back and readdress my basics because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And it might be the only callback we get to him in previous regions, that ever since I stepped out when I was on this journey, I haven't won a single league match, and use that as a point of contention for why he needs to go back to school. Now, the fact that he's doing a Z pose and he has a Z ring tells me that this is not going to just be a stereotypical school anime. At the same time, the fact that you're using a school setting is a big point of contention, because it's like, but they don't even do. This is like the first time the anime has deviated relatively far from the games, because the games have mentioned nothing of school. The games have been like, look, you're going on a pseudo journey to kind of like these multiple islands and to do these trials and shit because it's a part of the culture of the island. Whereas in the anime, it's like you're going to school. The other thing that's interesting is that the characters the anime, at least the teaser image is proposing, is that this might be the first region in which both of his companions are fucking girls. Now, granted, because he's in school, it also depends on how much they're traveling. I suspect them to be traveling on some level, because they showed all the trial captains. In the teaser image, which is very shocking to me, in the teaser image, they showed almost every main character from the Pokemon Sun and Moon games we've seen so far, except for the Aether team and Team Skull. Those are the only 2 teams they didn't show. But they still show all the trial captains. They even show fucking Lillie, and the only other character they didn't show was Hal. They even showed the Black Professor Oak, the Brof, the broke, my boy. But the question now becomes, okay, so the trial, is this gonna be how is this like is the way the animes take handling this? Is it handling it as if this is a prequel to Sun and Moon? Like, it's still Sun and Moon, but it's like right before they become trial captains. Although we don't really know how much what a trial captain truly entails. And it also brings up the question. It also would make sense because it seems like the green girl, which is either the first trial captain you fight, which would explain why she seems like she's going to be the Brock for this region, which would be interesting. And it seems like Lillie might be the girl. The other thing to bring up is that Ash's outfit looks probably the closest I've ever seen to a main character's outfit looking as close to the main character of that region's games. Because his outfit looks almost exactly like Sun and Moon's male protagonist's base outfit looks like, which is very shocking to me. Ash usually he takes on elements of those male characters, but he never just full on takes their outfits. Here it literally feels like they're taking almost his entire Sun and Moon outfit and transferring it to Ash. I don't understand the goofy expression either. That also bothers me. I mean, Ash has always looked kind of weird in his leaks, but this is like he's always looked kind of weird ever since probably Gen 4 or 5. Probably 5. He's looked kind of weird, but Ash looks especially goofy here. He also looks a little bit younger than what he already was. This is a big point of contention for me because it almost makes me feel like this might be a region based in flashback. I'm very interested to see how they're going to handle this. It also makes me wonder if Team Skull might be a little bit more prevalent than the other regions' villains were in previous series. I think the earliest we ever started seeing villains from the regions was probably maybe unless you count Team Rocket, but if I'm not counting Team Rocket, probably Hoenn, because Hoenn, we were being referenced to Team Magma and Team Aqua stuff pretty early on, so it might be that. But my question is, what the fuck? What's the plot line? If his goal is to graduate, that's his goal. His goal is to graduate. Well, what does graduating mean for Ash? This makes me very interested to see how Pokemon X and Y anime ends and how this series starts, because that'll give me a better point of contention. Although this anime does have the advantage that if you're using a school setting, it almost allows every kid character to get some sense of development. The fact that we're already seeing all 4 trial captains and Lillie in the anime pictures makes me think that and that makes sense. If he's going to school in this region, you would have to have classmates. I'm surprised we're not seeing Hal, though. Or the female variation of the trainer. That's the one thing I find a little different. Usually in each... Well, not each. I probably would say Black and White changed that up. Black and White was the only region that changed it up, where each region's girl character was the gender variant of the main character from the games. You know, Dawn being a representation of Pearl, Serena being a representation of Y. They didn't do it, and then obviously May being the representation for Sapphire. So I find it interesting that maybe they're going to use that. Maybe Lily's going to take that spot. Now, I know a lot of fans are like, oh my god, they're going to use Serena. And I'm like, listen, if they're not, they didn't even bring Iris back. Like, they already broke the tradition of having the girl from the previous region show up in this region. And considering Sun and Moon literally ends in the course of, I mean, not Sun and Moon, but X and Y anime ends in the course of 2 months. And we're currently doing this Team Flare stuff. I don't think Iris is going to show up, which means they've already broken that tradition. Which a lot of people are thinking, well, they might break the tradition and have Serena join. I doubt it, because Serena doesn't have any reason to go with Ash. I mean, obviously for shipping reasons, which is the only reason why people give a fuck. It wouldn't surprise me if the green-haired girl was the Brock for this region. But Serena being the representative wouldn't mean, to me, it doesn't make any sense. If you're trying to show off the new region, you're gonna have the region's girl show it off, whether that was in the form of Iris and Black and White or May and Dawn in terms of Diamond and Pearl and Hoenn. it doesn't make sense to have Serena represent, because there seems to be very little callbacks, if any, to X and Y, which would be the only reason why you would carry over shit. And the fact that Lily's here with a fucking Alolan Vulpix next to her makes me question if this Lillie is going to be very different from the way she is in the games, or at least somewhat different. Because she doesn't, unless, although maybe the anime is giving me a hint, maybe the animal that's in her bag is an Alolan Vulpix, which I don't think is true, because the anime kind of, because the games, but now I'm going in the cross-game speculation. There's a lot of shit to really think about and to kind of address, but I guess the whole question is for now is that A, who do you think his companions are going to be? B, how do you think the story is going to progress, considering there is no... It seems the trial captains are introduced pretty early, because either the trial captains are still trial captains, he's going to beat the first one, the girl, and she's going to join him, but they're going to school, so what does that mean, joining him? It's not the same thing as like what they did with Silent, Brock, or Clement, where they were interested in Ash because of his weird battling style, and they wanted to be on the journey with him to kind of understand him more. It doesn't work the same way here, because because they're going to school. So you're not even following them on a journey, and no one's gonna just start going to school. Well, it is Pokemon, I guess that could happen. I'm not totally sure, but please leave your thoughts and comments and speculation in the comment section below. Although I will say, I'm gonna call it now, who I guess Rowlet will probably be his starter. His Alolan starter. But yeah, leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. I will catch you all later. Peace out.